quickly. India.
Well, to India.
To India, which is the Tariff King.
In New Delhi, India is not a tariff king, and India has all the right to take appropriate measures to protect the interests of specific sectors, like agriculture, international trade. Experts said on rejecting the US allegations that India's import duties are one of the highest in the world. Even the experts said that the several developed countries like regions including Japan, South Korea, European Union, and America maintain our extremely high tariff primarily on the agriculture products. The US President Donald Trump has said repeatedly claimed that India is the tariff king and imposes tremendous high import duties or the tariffs on the American goods.
So when they send a motorcycle to India, as an example, they have to pay 100% tax. 100%.
A professor of economics at Jawaharlal Nehru University said that the US allegations are completely unfounded. In fact, the US import duties on several products, and the products are quite high, such as the tobacco. It is about 350% and 164% on peanuts. They too maintain reasonably high duties, said Dhar. Like other nations, India has the right to take appropriate measures to protect its domestic interest in specific sector as and when it's deemed fit. Moreover, there are many countries which have much higher tariff as compared to India. Being a signatory and a member of the WTO, India remains committed to free, fair, and predictable trade. The Geneva-based 164-member World Trade Organization is a multinational body which frames global trade norms. Singla claimed that the countries like Japan levy 736% duty on certain products, while Korea imposes 807% on some goods. The Federation of India Export Organization said that the product-specific high tariffs, like 150% on alcoholic beverages, 100% on coffee, and 60 to 75% on automobiles, have made India a villain in the eyes of the US president. However, many countries in the world, including Japan, South Korea, European Union, and the US, maintain are an extremely high tariff primarily on the agriculture products, said Mr. Director General Ajay Saha of FAO. India's average WTO bound tariff is 48.5%, while the average applied in 13.4%. The wide gap between the two clearly shows that India is not a tariff king, else it would have pushed away or applied tariff very close to bound rates. The US should have not levied any allegations on the discrimination at tariff front. Vice versa, developing countries like India as in America has emerged as one of the richest nations in the world, with per capita income about USD $60,000 per annum. Repeated mentions of India as the tariff king, with cherry-picked examples like motorbikes and whiskies, in the disingenuous, as it is conveniently ignores the overall tariff structure of the country, apart from India's developing status, said the expert. He added that India has complied with all the tariff commitments under the WTO. Recently, the US decided to withdraw the incentives being provided to Indian exporters under the Generalized System of Preference or the GSP program. However, India has stated that it would not impact domestic exports as the benefits were only about $190 million annually of US. Despite the fact that India and the US were working on trade package, the US decided to go ahead with its decision. The package was covering all the concerns related to the bilateral trade with the US and sectors including the medical devices, dairy products, and agriculture foods. America also wants to cut on duties on certain ICT products. According to the source, India is ready to address the US concerns regarding these sectors. The bilateral trade between India and the US has increased to USD $74.5 billion in 2017-18 from USD $64.5 billion in 2016-17. Although India has a trade surplus with the US, India is a thriving market for the US defense firms, e-commerce, and technology companies. So what do you think of India retaliating and giving a warning to US that India is not a tariff king, but US and Japan and Korea are the tariff real kings who levy taxes more than on 500% of many other products. In what it is likely to become India's biggest science program in the next few years, ISRO has started working on the building of igloos on the moon. This is also called as the outpost or the moon base. These lunar habitats, as the scientists call them, will be built by sending robots and 3D printers to the moon, and by using the lunar soil and the other materials. The project has seen progress with working model created using a 3D printer sitting in the Space Agency's Lunar Terrain Test Facility. The scientists have drawn up 5 designs of the lunar habitats and hope their work could contribute to plans of creating outposts in the moon. ISRO Satellite Center Director M. Annadurai likened the igloos on the moon to India's outpost in the Antarctica. And he said, "We are planning to use the moon as an outpost, like the mission in Antarctica. In the long run, the space station is likely to be scrapped. Many countries, including the US, are considering building more permanent structures on the moon and working out of there. When that happens, we want India to have contributed," he said. He added that the scientists and the astronauts going to the Earth's satellite in the future will spend more than just a few years there. Annadurai also said that the Space Agency has mastered the process of creating lunar simulant, and it has about 6 tons of it, the material that approximately the properties of the lunar soil. Its properties matches 99.6% with the samples brought from the moon by the Apollo missions. In 2004, we had purchased 10 kg of the lunar simulant at $150 a kg from the US for the test. Later, we found some materials have been found in the Salem in Tamil Nadu. We found those rocks and developed a process to make those soils here. Today we have thousands of kilograms with us, and it costs less the fractions of if you would have purchased it right now. Anyway, no country could part with the quantities we needed, added Annadurai. The senior scientist and the project lead I. Venugopal has applied for the global patent for the process of manufacturing the lunar stimulant. Thanks to the technology, ISRO has been able to manufacture 60 tons of the stimulant at rupees 10 lakh. So what do you think of ISRO building a new military base or a space base or the space outpost in the moon? Will it only suffice for India's space research, or it is looking for something related to alien lifespans across the space, or they are already in contact in the moon? The last time any country put boots on the moon was in 2013, when China landed its U-2 rover there. Before that, you have to look back to 1970s to find anything built by Earthlings that camped out of the surface of the moon. ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, is getting ready to land its very first lunar rover by the end of March 2018 as part of its Chandrayaan-2 mission. This is not ISRO's first journey towards moon or to the interstellar space, but it is Indian government's most ambitious moon exploration projects to the date. Chandrayaan-1 blasted off from Sriharikota island off the coast of east of India in 2008 at an estimated cost of $83 million. The ISRO's 5-foot cube made into lunar orbit and detected some magmatic water on the moon crater. Then on November 14, 2008, the probe crashed into the moon and got lost in the lunar orbit before NASA found the spacecraft again in 2016. This will be ISRO's first attempt to get into more delicate and precious up-close look at the lunar surface. Indian Space Research Team is preparing 3 unmanned vehicles for the trip: an orbit craft that will hover above the moon's surface, plus a rover and a lander that will safely plop the rover onto the moon. If all goes well, this mission on the moon will be completed in 14 Earth days. That's just enough for the moon to make one full orbit around our planet Earth. The Chandrayaan-2 mission is just one of the projects that the ISRO is hoping to launch in the next several years. They are also working on the project called Aditya that will study the Sun, and a 5-year satellite called ExoPOSat that they want to use to learn more about the cosmic radiations. So what do you think of India's ambitious projects now against Moon? Will this be a success one and will be a proud moment for India as of Mangalyaan, which was sent to Mars in 2013? Post your comments below, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and follow us on social networks and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.